Alright, Protocol Area H, preventive mitigating measures. General requirement identification, additional measures. HO2, the third-party damage. HO3, pipelines operating below 30% of the SMYS. The HO4, plastic transmission pipeline. HO5, outside force damage. HO6, corrosion. HO7, automatic shutoff valve with the remote control valves. HO8, general requirements implementation, additional measures. HO1, general requirements identification, additional measure for the verify the process for the identify the additional measure for the prevent the pipeline failure, mitigate the consequence of the pipeline for the high consequence of the HO1A, verify the process for the identify the additional measure for the base for the identify for the rights for the pipeline segment of the risk analysis by statute 192.917 issue result inspection result statement of the HO1B to verify the additional measure for the evaluated operator cover the spectrum and alternative surface is not limited to installing the automatic shutoff valve, the remote control valve is installed with the computerized monitoring leak detection system, replace the pipe segment with pipe and heavier wall thickness to provide additional training with the personnel with the respond with the procedure for control of the drilling of the local emergency responding to the immediate additional inspection maintenance program inspection result in the statement issue document review inspection notes HO2 third party damage verify the valve and prevent mitigated the requirement of the third party damage has been addressed. Verify the implementation and enhancement of the statute 192.614 with the core of the damage prevented the program with respect to the coverage segment to prevent the minimum of the consequence of the relief that the enhanced measure for the include the minimum 1. Use qualified personnel for the work of the operator could adversely affect the integrity of the coverage segment marking or locating the direct supervision known excavation work. 2. Collecting central database location information excavation database cover the non-covered segment of the transmission segment system of the root cause analysis support identification targeted and additional or preventive and mitigative measure for the name of the high consequence area of the following. The information must include the recognized damage if not required for the reported an incident of the part 191. Participation 1 call system location of the coverage segment is preventive monitoring of the excavation conducted on the covered pipeline segment of the pipe personnel while the physical evidence encroachment involving the excavation of the operator did not monitoring near the covered segment of the area near the encroachment will be excavated above the ground. Survey methods divided from NAACE SPL 502 must be concluded. If any of the ground survey is conducted, verify the indication of the coding holidays and discontinuing warrant direct examinations must be excavated and remediated in accordance with the ASME B318 2004. Section 75 and 190, Section 192.933. Inspection result of statement issued, HO2B, if the third party damages identify the result 192.917B, protocol CO2, and the ASME B31 8S 2004, appendix A7 data integration process to verify the comprehensive addition, preventive maintenance, and implemented inspection results, statement of addition, document reviewed, inspection notes. Alright, HO3 pipelines operating below 30% SMYS, verify the following preventive mitigate the requirements of the pipeline below 30 SMIS if the rest for the pipelines operating 30% of the below the SMYS located in the high consequence area. Verify the operating process for the damage prevention program enhancement include the requirements for the qualified personnel for the work of the operator that can conduct that could adversely affect the integrity of the coverage segment of the marking located with direct supervision of the excavation work of the 192.935D of the 192.935 D1 note the requirements contained with the protocol HO2 for the pipelines operating at above 30% SMYS. Verifying operating profit of the damage preventing the program and enhanced for the include with the participating one call system location with the work of the segments present. Verify the extent of the near of the pipeline monitoring with the patrol conducted in the pipeline by monthly intervals as required in section 192.705. If the indication on reported construction activity found there for the required follow-up of the investigation conducted to determine the mechanical damage has incurred. The inspection results statement issue. HO3B the pipelines operating below 30% of the SMYS located in the class of 3 or 4, but not in a high consequence area. Verify the operative profit of the damage preventing program enhancement include required the use of qualified personnel for the work and operator in conducting the adversely affected integrity of the coverage segment, such as marking and locating direct supervision of the known excavation work. Verify the operator profit damage prevention program and enhancement include within preparation of the one call system location for the covered in the present. 3. Verify the excavation near the pipeline with the monitor with the patrol conducting the pipeline at the bi-monthly intervals of statute 192.705. If the indication on reported construction activity found by the required follow-up of the investigation conducted to determine the mechanical damage has occurred. Verify the operator performs semi-annual leak surveys, quick orderly unprotected pipeline with a cathodic protected pipe with electrical survey if impractical. Inspection result statement is document reviewed inspection notes. HO4 plastic transmission pipe. With the plastic transmission pipe, verify the applicable third-party damage required that has been applied with the cover of the segment pipeline for HO4A. Verify the operative process of the damage preventing the program enhancement includes the requirements for the use of qualified personnel for working and operative with the conducting of the adversely affect the integrity of the covered segment, such as marking, locating, direct supervision, known with the excavation work. HO4A inspection result statement issue. HO4B verify the operative process of the damage prevention control enhancement include the participation one call system location covered the segment present and the requirements also contained in protocol HO2 with the non-plastical pipelines operating at 30% of the SMIS. HO4C verify the exact excavation covered in the segment amount for the pipeline personnel where there are physical evidence of the encroachment of the excavation, but the operator did not mind for the covered segment. The verify near the encroachment must be excavated that any of the above ground survey that used the method NACE SBO 502 for 2008 must be conducted. If the above the ground survey with the conducted verify the indication of the coding holiday with the discontinued with the warranting direct examination must be excavated remediated in accordance to SCMS B31 SD8 S 2004 Section 75 and Statute 192-933. HO4C inspection result and statement issued. HO4 document reviewed. HO4 inspection notes. HO5 outside force damage. Verify the operator adequately addressed the threat due to outside force of earth movement of the unstable suspension dredge. HO5A operators make the determination outside force earth movement the flood and unstable suspension dredge and threat with the integrity of the covered segment protocol. CO1 activity verify the measure has been taken the minimum of the consequent of the covered segment, but the measure include but not limited to increasing frequency of the aerial and the foot and other methods of patrol, adding external protection, reducing external stress of the locating line. Inspection result statement issue. HO5 document review. HO5 inspection notes. HO56 corrosion. Verify the operator take the required action of the current corrosion threats. Verify the operator make the determination whether or not the corrosion exists on the covered pipeline segment that adversely affect the integrity of the line. If the inspect the corrosion is identified that the corrosion is evaluated, remediated, and as necessary for all the pipeline segments, both covered and uncovered with similar material coating with environmental characteristics, Statute 192-917E5. 2. The schedule of the established evaluating remedial necessary, similar to the segment schedule of the operator established operating maintenance of the procedure part 192, the testing and repair inspection result of the inspection result of the test statement issued the document reviewed inspection notes. HO7 the automatic shut-off valve with the remote control valve to verify the operator proceed process with the side with the automatic shut-off valve the remote control valve the represent with the beam with the adding detection of potential effect for the high consequence area. The HO7A therefore the adequate respect for the analysis based on the process you determine the automatic shut-off valve with the remote control of the valve should be added. One, verify the minimum of the following factors which should be considered 192-935E. 1, ship with swiftness, leak detection, pipe shutdown capabilities. 2, type of the gas being transported. 3, operating pressure. 4, rate of potential release. 5, pipeline profile. 6, potential ignition. 7, location of the nearest response personnel. Inspection statement of the documents reviewed. Inspection notes. Alright, HO8. General requirements, implementation, additional measures. Verify the operative would identify the implemented schedule of additional measures beyond what they already require within Part 192 to prevent the pipeline failure to mitigate the consequences of the pipeline failure with a high consequence area of HO8A. Verify the systematic documentation, decision making the process of the plan to decide whether the measure for the implemented involving input with the relevant part for the organization, such as the operation, maintenance, engineering, controls, and corrosion control alerts, inspection statement issue. HO8B. Verify the decision processing, consider both likelihood consequences of the pipeline failures, inspection result, and statement issued. HO8C, verify the additional measures identified by the document with the actual band with the implemented schedule, implementation, inspection result, statement of the issue, document reviewed, and inspection notes. Alright, Protocol I, Area I, Performance Measures.